Hey there, folks. Putting the finishing touches on what we're having for dinner this evening. Got a really good recipe for you. Couldn't be easier, couldn't be more delicious. I say make it a Sunday tradition, but what I'm talking about is a beautiful roasted chicken. And who doesn't like roasted chicken? Super simple recipe. You've got to remember just a handful of steps. So get a good roasting chicken from your butcher, grocery store, wherever you feel like getting it from. In the cavity, you're going to put, and it's your call, you could do a whole shallot, half of an onion, you put them in there skin on. We use a half of a lemon in there as well. Take your favorite pick of herbs. We like thyme, so we put thyme in there. Rosemary would be beautiful, oregano, all those together, absolutely. You could even use dried herbs if you wanted to. It's just gonna add this really beautiful aromatic to the chicken, and that lemon's gonna steam off and make the chicken even more juicy, which is something I really like. And you could do an orange if you wanted to, but we like lemon. It heightens the flavor a little bit. After you kind of take care of the cavity, what you're going to do is, you know what, I almost forgot, a big knob of butter in the middle. Sorry about that. And to that point, you're going to want to get under the skin. And you're going to take butter that you softened a little bit and kind of chopped up your herbs again. That could be rosemary, thyme, whatever. Again, we use thyme. And you kind of push them in there under the skin. And that makes the breast super, super juicy and tender. And it actually adds a little layer of fat, which I really like, and fat is flavor. After you've done all that, put the chicken in the pan you're going to roast it in. Liberal amount of olive oil, kind of rub it all around, make sure you really got it in there. Liberal amount of salt and pepper to taste. I like a good amount of cracked pepper, so we got a good liberal amount of that on here as well. Then all you have to do is have your oven preheated to 425, bake that is. You're going to put this on the middle rack. It's an hour and a half, and the only other thing you have to do is maybe halfway through, somewhere in that point, take a look at it. You're probably going to want to spin the chicken around so you get even browning. I promise you that's it. It comes out of the oven. It comes out beautiful. Everybody can smell it in the house for the hour and a half. They're going to be super hungry. It's great to serve guests. It's just good as a Sunday dinner, middle of the week. And man, do you have leftovers. Like, you can make chicken tacos with the leftovers. Amazing chicken salad. You think of it, you can make it with the chicken. Also, when you've got the bones left over from when you've picked all the delicious meat off of it, you can make one heck of a homemade stock. I'll save that for another time. And we've got a dynamite bottle of wine paired with it this evening. More on that in a minute. All right. You obviously know how much I like the roasted chicken, but let's talk about the star of the show. And for us, the star of the show is always the wine. This wine comes from the area known as Friuli, and Friuli is north of Venice, and it's this beautiful little piece of land, northeasternmost part of Italy, and it's bordered by Slovenia to the north and Croatia just a little bit to the south, and it's got this beautiful little bay area that it's right on the Adriatic, so you have the mountains to the north and the sea to the south. Why that's important, all these little vineyards that are in and around the area are influenced by both of those, both by the body of water and then by the mountains, and I'll get into that in a minute. But let's zero in on where this wine comes from specifically. It's an area known as Isonzo. This area makes beautiful red wines. Wines that are memorable, but they're really known for their white wines. They make beautiful aromatic varietals here. There is Ribolla Gialla, there's Sauvignon Blanc, there's Pinot Grigio, and then there's this little beauty known as Friulano. My little joke is this is the artist formerly known as Tokai. This grape was called Tokai up until 2007. There's a little bit of an argument between Italy and one of its neighbors. I'll leave it at that. Unfortunately, Italy didn't come out on the winning end of that. That's okay because we have this glorious little grape. It's still the same thing. It still is delicious. So if you like Pinot Grigio, if you like Sauvignon Blanc, this is going to be right in your wheelhouse. Slight difference between those two grapes. Friulano offers a beautiful note of bitter almond. Mm-hmm. It has a little more of an orange blossom kind of note to it. And what really strikes me is a lovely balance of pear and citrus notes, and they go on and on and on. That's only if it's made the right way, and the Luisa family makes a beautiful expression of it. So this is a 4th generation property that is here in Isonzo, run by the same family since day one. Basically, the property and the wines and the vineyards are overseen by Michele and Davide, the two brothers, with a lot of input and guidance from their father Eddie. They really focus on varietal expression, meaning this grape, they want you to taste everything that's great about Friulano. If they were making Sauvignon Blanc, they want the same thing. You don't see them blending here. They want you to taste that specific grape from their region. So you get a really wonderful expression and a good idea of what's going on there. So the Luisa family's aim and goal is to give you beautifully expressive and really elegant wines. It's not an easy thing to achieve, and this happens if you work very carefully in the vineyards, carefully in the cellar, and you're really dedicated to your craft. It's not easy to make an average bottle of wine. It's about 1,000,000 times harder to make a great bottle of wine, but that's what they have achieved here. That 4 generations of experience and hard work really pays off in the long run. One of my favorite varietals from this area and one of my favorite bottlings of all time from the area. Again, if you like Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio, or you just want a really beautiful bottle of white wine, I can't recommend this more. And just in case you need to do it, take a screenshot so it's easy for you to find. So we know it's going to work well with chicken, so yes, I can highly recommend chicken. Roasted, fried, whatever, it's going to be dynamite. But it's a pretty versatile bottle of wine. It's an area known for its seafood, so you know what, shrimp dishes will be fantastic with this. A lobster roll, are you kidding me? All day long. If you're a vegetarian, absolutely salad dishes will work well with it. I think frittata would be quite good with it, even omelets, which are kind of one and the same. It's pretty limitless what you can do with this. I say keep it in the idea of white meat to seafood to vegetable dishes, and it's a home run every time. Cheers. We know what we're eating, really looking forward to that. We're excited about what we're drinking, really looking forward to cracking that open too, but we're missing one thing, one really important thing, and that is a soundtrack, the music. Oh, wait a minute. That is an excellent call. By far one of my all-time favorite albums, The Queen is Dead by The Smiths. I mean, it's Morrissey and Johnny Marr paired together. Beautiful chemistry, amazing songwriting, catchy, funny, poppy, well produced. It is an incredible album. Big Mouth strikes again, frankly, Mr. Shankly. Vicar in a Tutu, There's a Light That Never Goes Out. Every cut on this album is fantastic. So yeah, you can listen to it from beginning to end. If you don't have it on vinyl, that's fine. It really springs to life on vinyl. Stream it. If you've got a CD, absolutely. And if you've got a cassette, good on you. I say play it. Anyway, looking forward to having all of these together. Should make for a beautiful evening. Highly recommended on all 3. And I think I'll leave it at that. Until next time. Cheers.